Hey good looking, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Kendra Morgan Official, and if you like single eyeshadows, makeup brushes that are not Morphe, and sunscreen setting sprays, then subscribe to my channel and let's get into it. Okay, today I want to dupe for you guys the Natasha Denona Mini Retro Palette. Currently it's out of stock at Sephora. Alright, I picked up these Sydney Grace shadows on the Christmas in July sale, which also happens to be my birthday month, so I treated myself a little bit, and I've picked up, curated, and let's swatch this, a dupe for the mini retro palette. From left to right, this is The Greatest Gift, followed by Red Chameleon, and then Bravo. This Dusty Rose is Faithful, and the last one is Turtle Doves. So without any further ado, let's get into some swatches. First one is going to be the dupe for Galaxia, which is a light nude with green and blue specks. So for that, I chose The Greatest Gift. That duochrome right there. Oh yeah, very pretty. The next shade, Natasha Denona describes industrial as a green taupe with a silver reflect. I wasn't able to grab a shadow that really fit that, but I did find one that I feel like one-ups it, and that is Red Chameleon. So instead of having that silver so much, it has more of a red-brown undertone, but I think it would carry off the theme really nicely. So let's go ahead and see what that looks like. And there you have that. But it just doesn't have that silver reflect. I just couldn't find that. It's better. It's better. This next shadow is 60s. It is described as a greenish gray. Now, Sydney Grace has a couple different options for that. You can either go with Bravo, which is more of the true army green, or you could go with Sydney Grace's Moss, and that's more of like a blue-green. And I'll show you swatches side by side, and then let me go ahead and swatch it first. This is Sydney Grace's Bravo. I'm going to go ahead and swatch that for you up here. Wipe off my hand, and then I'll give you guys another swatch of Sydney Grace's Moss, which is a little bit more of a blue-green. But they still have that gray undertone. Oh, can you see it? Should I re-up it? Let me do that. Let me just do it. There we go. Okay, so you can see that either one would probably pass as a good enough dupe. However, I really was attracted to the green undertone in that Natasha Denona shade. But if you want to get more of a blue-green, then I would go ahead and go with Moss by Sydney Grace. Vintage Taupe is described as a vintage rose shadow, and for that I found Faithful to fit that description. Did I hard pan it? I hard panned it. No! Okay, good, it's coming out. Saved by the brush. Now this one doesn't really swatch too great, and it is very there we go. That's okay. Let's go ahead and double this up though, so you guys get a really good feel for the shade. Okay, there you go. Vintage Taupe. This is Sydney Grace's Faithful that dupes it. Lastly, the shade in the Natasha Denona Mini Retro Palette is the shade Pixie, and they describe that as a pink with a champagne shift, and I found Sydney Grace's Turtle Doves to be that perfect dupe. A little swatch here for you. Perfect. Now below here I'll go ahead and put Natasha Denona swatches, and I'll insert those so you guys have those to see next up against my swatches. Okay, that is it. That is the Sydney Grace dupes for the Natasha Denona mini retro palette. How did I do, guys? Let me know in the comments down below if you appreciate these dupes and you plan on buying any of these shadows. And also, I will go ahead and list all of the shades that were used in this little creation, which was this shadow, or from this palette, and I'll list those down in the D bar along with all my social media platforms. Thanks so much for your time, guys, and I cannot wait to see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.